Order. This is a work session of the Mayor and Borough Council of Borough of Seaside Park County, Ocean State, New Jersey, held on Thursday, January 8, 2026, advertised for 7 p.m., and it is now 7 p.m. Pursuant to the provisions of New Jersey's Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting was properly provided by transmitting the notice of the meeting, publication in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on January 2nd, 2026. Notice of the meeting of the governing body has also been posted in the corridor of the municipal building and in the office of the municipal clerk. Roll call.
Councilmember Condos? Here. Councilmember Connor?
Here.
Councilmember Kraft?
Here.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Here.
Councilmember Toth?
Here.
Council President Wilk?
Here.
Mayor Pearson?
Here.
Thank you.
And I know we have what we hope would be a relatively brief executive session scheduled for some updates, no formal action. But before we do that, we have the two listed items and then one brief add-on from Jenna's good work, which we thank her for momentarily. That's the third, it's an added resolution. But the first is a discussion of the cable franchise renewal ordinance. It's listed as ordinance 22601 for consideration for introduction at the regular meeting. And you will recall that hearing occurred some time ago, and we have the correspondence that came related to this from BPU. And I'll turn the floor over to Steve for some recommendations. I think there's some tweaking add-ons that are consistent with our sentiments in the past, as well as those of the public that would be recommended. So that if everyone's in agreement, I think it's changing some items somewhat and adding some other things. So I'll turn it over to Steve.
Thanks, Mayor. I'm going to send in writing to Jenna tomorrow what I discussed with her on the phone. In the letter from Nancy Wolf from the BPU, she suggested that we define primary service in Section 7 service area. She suggested that we add the definition because it says Cablevision shall be required to proper video programming service along any public right-of-way to any person resident within the primary service area as it exists on the effective date, and she suggested we define it. So in her letter, she gave us the definition. The primary service area is defined as the portion, et cetera, et cetera. So we should add that definition to that section. I thought that was appropriate. The other item is in free service. If you look at our language in free service, a couple of notes. I don't believe currently we have an accredited public school, right? The school,
It's
there's no.
not operating. I don't know about the accredited part.
Well, so the question would be, we don't have a library.
Right.
So the question would be, do you want to, I mean, we can leave in, well, municipal public library. So we could, I don't know if we're going to leave the school in or not, we could, but instead of an Exhibit A, and her suggestion on behalf of the BPU was that we should say a provision of a cable modem or internet service, including standard installation to one municipally owned facility, and it says negotiable, and I suggested to Jenna, I think what we should say is, instead of one standard and monthly to all, whatever, we should say, provide free of charge, what they say, cable modem and or internet service installation to all municipally owned buildings. So that way we could have one that we currently have, I believe, in Borough Hall, maybe one here for the police, maybe one at DPU, but why limit it to one building? They say it's negotiable, and I thought, why not say all of our municipal public buildings? I mean, how many do we really have?
Community center.
Community center, so I thought we should add that in and tell them.
People would.
Yeah, we have well houses.
Right, and I thought that would be a good idea, so that would be my recommendation, to amend that to all municipal owned public buildings.
Why they just limit it to one?
I don't know why. We're not gonna limit it to one.
But if they,
No, we're not, we're putting in our ordinance that this is what they're gonna do. If they don't like it, they can sue us. And, they say it's negotiable, well, we're gonna put it in, and let them know that's what we're doing.
okay,
I don't think it's gonna affect their profit.
No,
It's not gonna affect, I don't think it's affect. Remember, the biggest complaint we had during the hearing was repair service is slow. I mean, we're not putting in here, within 24 hours, you have to show up with your repair person. You know, which is a thought too, you know, within 48 hours, and, I mean, I don't know that we really want to go there, but I think we should get at least free service in all our buildings or wherever we want them in our public buildings.
And we define each building, right? in there?
He doesn't want it to.
I think we just say, any municipally owned public building, yeah, I would just leave
In
it,
case we do.
any municipally
Yeah.
owned public building.
Yeah.
Perfect, yeah.
And then the last
Yeah.
one
When you
is,
just say public, I mean, to what we were
It's
sort
gotta
of
be
talking
municipally owned.
over you, sorry.
And
But
that's
when you
right.
say public building, like I was saying, well, would like the lifeguard headquarters count as that? And they said, well, no, because the public can't go in there.
then just
So
say
the public have
any
to go in.
municipal owned building.
Right, I'm saying-
However, the internet is actually in beach control, when people go to buy
Yeah.
their, and we
Yeah.
just jump it from there to lifeguard headquarters. There's nothing in
Oh.
lifeguard headquarters, it's just so close.
Okay.
I'll leave it at municipally owned building.
Right.
Yes, that's good,
Yeah.
that's good wording.
Because in theory, right, they're serving the
The
public.
last one
anyway.
is, they mentioned we didn't put in, you can do a discount for senior citizens. So I suggested we can put that in there, why not? We had it in a prior ordinance, I think, right, Jenny?
Yes, the prior ordinance
That's what
has,
it
Speak
was.
for yourself. Speak for yourself there.
Define senior citizen.
the prior ordinance had, they could implement a senior citizen discount in the amount of 10% off the monthly broadcast. It's only for basic level cable television to any person 62 years or older. And they have to be eligible and meet the income and residence requirements of the Pharmaceutical Assistance to the Aged and Disabled program.
Oh.
Jesus.
Still something more than nothing. Well,
Yeah.
in the PAA, the old PAA, remember PAA?
No,
No, you don't.
no.
So about 30 years ago, 35 years ago, the state legislature put in something called the PAA, the Pharmaceutical Assistance Program. That's only because my father was the pharmacist
Oh.
and had drugstores, and it gave them substantial discounts on the purchase of drugs.
Okay.
So, and it has an income,
It's so weird that you would tie cable to pharmaceutical
you know, they had to
industry.
tie it to something. They don't want to give it, in other words, I don't think they want us to give it to every senior citizen, period, discount. I mean, we could suggest.
So we're
I don't know if
assuming
that's
that
gonna
other
fly.
entity qualified them.
Now you're talking.
I would leave it the way they want it defined. It would be but put it in. We don't have it in right now.
Yeah.
So those are the three recommendations or four.
Yeah. So that's what we're going out tomorrow, so general
Janet, she
time.
can amend the ordinance before it
Yeah.
gets published, and everyone can take a look at it, all right?
That's cool.
Okay,
Okay,
Is
good.
everybody okay with that?
That's fine.
yeah.
The second item for discussion is discussion of the appointment of fund commissioner and alternate fund commissioner to Central Jersey Health Insurance Fund. That's listed for consideration, Resolution 22661 at the regular meeting, and it has blanks on it, and I understand Karen was kind enough to volunteer, and I believe though the meetings are in Brielle, we can do them, participate virtually, so it'll be less disruption. And then the alternate, I did see the one email, and I thank him that Joe volunteered if no one else volunteered. So I don't know what everybody's thoughts are. In the past, it was an issue with council, I do remember. So I want to make, that's why it's on the agenda. And
What is the role of the person, like, what do you have to do?
Attend 6 meetings a year.
And the
Oh.
meeting.
What was the issue?
Yeah, what was the issue?
a council member wanted to be the head liaison.
Because he was also in charge of insurance.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to be the fund commissioner, I will step down.
Is there any, well, yeah.
Not a problem.
Well, if it was fund commissioner, I'd be in
Fun,
charge.
F-U-N?
Yeah, fun.
Then I'll
That's
pass on the
fun.
fund.
So.
We're happy that you volunteered.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank Karen.
All good. Thank you, boss. You can go to meetings in person, too.
You could go, it's fairly nearby.
Yeah.
You might be,
I
get some
can hit
tips.
some nice spots.
He wants to go to the yacht club.
There's an ulterior motive.
No, Karen's gonna make every single meeting.
There you go.
Virtually.
Virtually.
Come on, Brielle,
Boy.
stopping some good spots on the way back from Brielle. Joe Leone's, real nice
Oh, I find,
Sandwich.
anywhere, yeah.
The one, there's a add-on there's a deadline for this grant application, and there's a number of different grant applications that may be upcoming in the future, all related to monies as to the celebration of the 250th anniversary or birthday of the country. And Jenna and I had talked, and Jenna was doing the research and got a positive response that this type of endeavor of the town would be eligible for the grant monies. And that's, we have now the typed handwritten ordinance books, minute books, all to be digitized for improving access. And it fits into naturally, our town is just half of the 250th, 126 or whatever, but where it qualifies, it's celebrating forms of government and local government and enhancing public access, public knowledge. So they've given a green light, said it would be eligible. So I don't know, Jenna, you want to?
Yep, so the grant application is due next week, so that's why it's a big rush to get it on this meeting. I'm reaching out to get quotes from vendors to get the budget together and hopefully get the grant application in to preserve these. Some of the really old ordinances are handwritten and the books are kind of falling apart, so I want to make sure that they're preserved while they're still legible and in their best form.
How much is the grant value, do we know?
The most that they'll give out to an individual, like call it corporation or individual entity, is $350,000.
Oh, that's a lot.
But I haven't gotten the quote back yet to get the estimate of how much it would cost to preserve the books.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Sounds
So,
good.
as everybody
Yeah.
seems
I
very
think so, yeah, why not?
I know there's some others
Get it
out
together.
there that we can all have some more time. I know the Historical Society of the town is working, and we'll be working with Jenna as well on some projects ongoing. So those were the 3 work sessions. Does anyone else have any work session items at this point? If not, there's,
Something?
No, I thought Joe had something about pickleball.
Oh, Phil, I don't know, want to bring it up?
pickleball, is that what you're saying?
Too bad, you're not gonna make it.
So I got all night.
I'm sorry, I thought you were bringing that
You're
up.
in Mississippi?
I mean, yeah, we're looking to get a grant down there for the pickleball courts. It's the grant that we've applied for every year and gotten it for different things, Park Central, you know, field. And this year, we were looking to apply for the grant to put in 4 pickleball courts there. So right now, there's, I always say 3.5. There's 1 singles court and 3 doubles courts there. And we're the bay end of the tennis courts, there's the singles and the doubles. That's where we would be looking to put in 4 pickleball courts that can be put in there. And then keep the other 2 tennis courts intact right there. Repave the whole tennis court area. Also, the basketball.
Resurface all the courts.
All the courts there, the basketball courts there also.
And the 2 new backboards and breakaway rims.
2 new backboards that we've gotten, which will be very nice, yes. And I'd also like to get an AED down there also, maybe we could put that in the grant. I don't know if it flows through there, but I really think that we should have an AED down there also as well. So that's the discussions, that's what we were looking to do. We were looking to get a walkthrough with the mayor, myself, Karen, and Eric, to be shown, you know, pretty much get a visual of how they would be set up and everything and how they would go. So that's basically what we were looking
Yeah,
at.
I mean, the grant application is due February the
Yes.
13th, so the latest we can have it on the meeting is February the 5th with a resolution. Obviously, I'd like to get it done sooner, but we're still waiting on budget information too. Eric is trying to get money, prices from the vendor for all the resurfacing and the restriping and,
Yeah, we need to know what it would cost and stuff, and we don't have that yet. And I know there's this big pickleball from, on tennis thing, but, a lot of, there's, from somebody who lives literally a half a block from there and goes by there a lot, the pickleball courts are used an awful lot. And I don't have any like facts and data on it, but just visually, it's usually all the pickleball courts being used, not so much the tennis courts being used so much. And as I referred before, is when the two pickleball courts are being used and the two tennis courts aren't being used, pickleball people will mark off one of the other unused tennis courts and start playing pickleball there as well. So this way, we could hopefully try to appease and satisfy both sides. You have your pickleball courts, and now you have 4, so that's, there's usually 4 of 2, but 4, that's 16 potential people on one side, and keep the 2 tennis courts right there for the tennis people, and, the best we can do and keep it there. And the noise has always been there because the courts have always been down there. And tennis balls make a pretty loud noise too when they get hit.
I'm surprised there's no company that's invented something that pulls across a tennis court to create it into pickleball lined courts. Like a cover that goes across that gets clipped in or
oh, you're
something.
saying like a,
You know what I mean? Like that you could convert a tennis court into a pickleball court. I wonder if there's anything like that that exists. If not, we should come up with that.
It's your retirement program.
Yeah, forget that. But, I mean, it seems like that,
they
because there's
changed
so
an
much.
arena from a basketball
I
court.
mean,
to
there's
a-
gotta be something that goes over it, I would imagine. I mean, not to say you shouldn't do what you just proposed, I'm just thinking even the tennis ones, if that's the case, if there was something that could.
Yeah.
Those courts haven't been resurfaced over 15
Yeah,
years.
no, I'm not saying
Basketball
don't do
courts,
it.
yeah, so.
And aesthetically, it would look good, it'd be new posts,
Yeah.
new nets, and, it would look
Yeah,
good. I mean,
clean it all up.
It would look
It's
nice.
an existing recreational facility, so we're not
Yeah.
putting something that
No.
new that hasn't been there before.
I mean, tennis courts were done, what, 4 years ago?
Resurfaced, been more than 15 years.
I don't think so.
Something was done a few years ago, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember what it
Yeah.
was.
And there might have been some
They got
repair.
resurfaced.
Maybe relined.
No, they got resurfaced.
The newest project we did there was the playground.
But
They haven't been.
But the tennis courts were
They were
done,
touched
if I
up,
recall,
they weren't-
maybe 4 years ago.
I don't know. According to Eric, it's been
Maybe
more
come
than 15 years.
Well, he would know, but maybe my.
And I guess there
I
was
mean, I
a-
don't remember doing it since I was here for the past 3, but if it was before that, I don't know.
We'll get that information on Wednesday's meeting. We'll put that, have it do the research so we know the answer on Wednesday.
And this includes the basketball court too. I know there's some cracks in the basketball court.
Yeah.
I know that.
Basic maintenance, upkeep.
Yeah, and aesthetically, it'll look very nice. And
I mean, it had to do with the density and it had, I think it was resurfaced.
It was, because it wasn't done correctly.
That was the problem.
It wasn't done correctly, it was redone, but it wasn't,
Right.
oh,
it was
It's probably
recoded.
repair work that maybe
Repair
they're
work.
thinking about.
Yeah.
I
that's what we were
just-
talking about. So I mean, before we said that. So yeah.
I just had 2 quick things. A word of caution, because maybe I'm old, but I remember sitting up in here in the past, and there is a minority, but there are a very vehement group out there who are very devoted tennis players. And there was a proposal floated sometime in the past. They didn't appreciate and didn't support in any way striping over a tennis court
Right.
with pickleball, and they said it was distracting and
Yeah.
took away from the beauty of the game, or
Yeah.
purity, whatever. So they are, and one is a longtime resident of Seaside Park. So,
But that's if you're keeping it to be used for both.
yeah.
You're
So
saying
just
you're actually converting them, you're not
So if you
painting it
change
so that it can
anything-
be
It'll be
used for
tennis
both.
only.
Make
We'll have
sure
2
that
tennis
they're
courts.
two
Yeah.
full
Oh,
tennis.
each-
It's still
Yeah,
us
where they
and
are now.
tennis.
Well, quite frankly, we change anything, yes, and then we could have food for thought, like, you can only play pickleball on the pickleball courts, and you can only, you're not gonna play
Yeah.
tennis on there, and you can't play pickleball on the tennis courts, you know what I'm saying? So those 2 tennis courts would always be there for just for tennis, yes, which will help our tennis players.
And then in the past, we also, there was a working committee between the school board and the governing body, and the late Matt DeMichael and myself we did quite a bit of work and had a handshake deal that would have entailed, there's a plan out there with a survey of the playground area at the school, and one of the components that was going to be put in was a pickleball court. And for whatever reasons, it's changed direction now, but it's out there. There is a work product, a plan, if anyone, I understood it got some pushback.
Neighbors didn't like that.
We never got to the point, we all said we can't have this after dark, this is great, and that was, but it never got to that point where you'd put hours in and all that.
All the sidewalks at dusk. If we did anything after dark.
So, anyone else for work
Recreational
session?
town.
If not, we'll go into the public. If there's any public comments on any work session items, if anyone has any, we see Alan.
Alan, the floor is yours. Alan, yeah.
Thank you.
Hey,
All right, I'm done.
Are you sure, Alan? Are you sure?
Yeah, I have a game to play tonight.
Oh, there you go.
A Mississippi fan?
Well,
Yeah.
I know Archie Manning.
Okay. So what I would read, we have a resolution authorizing the Borough Council to meet an executive session, whereas the Open Public Meetings Act, PL 1975, Chapter 231 permits the exclusion of public from a meeting in certain circumstances, whereas the public body is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist, and whereas the governing body wishes to discuss contract negotiations, potential litigation, whereas the minutes will be kept, and once the matter involving the confidentiality of the above no longer requires the confidentiality, then the minutes can be made public. And now therefore be it resolved, the public be excluded from the meeting, and there's a certification, and we would need a vote, and naturally, as a courtesy to the public, we have success, where the governing body will exit and fill in the judges' chambers in the back rather than the public. So, as such, do we have such a motion?
Make the motion.
Motion by Councilmember Kraft.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Rotundo. Roll call.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotundo?
Yes.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Toth?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Motion approved.
And as such, when we come back, we can go right on the dais.
I can go downstairs, just don't forget me.
No, no,
Stay right here.
You're fine.
Motion to adjourn the work session, and we'd already indicated no formal action was to be taken as a result of the executive session, and we'd already concluded our work session with public comment as well. So do we have a motion to adjourn?
Make that motion.
Motion by Councilmember Condos,
I will second it.
and second by Council President Wilk. Roll call.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotundo?
Yes.
Councilmember Toth?
Yes.
Motion approved.
And being as we're all set up, ready to